Good morning and happy Monday. I hope everyone woke up in good spirits and ready to begin another week. I hope everybody had a great weekend as well. Myself, I got a lot of rest this weekend, so I feel very revived and I feel very ready to just, start the week off in a great way. I'm expecting some great things. I got a lot of things in the making right now for my life. I'm excited about everything that's coming my way. I can't really speak on everything that I'm doing right now, but it's going to be great, and I just feel very blessed to have the opportunities that are coming my way. I'm very blessed, so I give thanks to God all the time for everything, for opportunity because I feel like when we thank God for something, that gives us, the ability to be able to or the opportunity to be able to thank him for more things. We have to be very grateful for everything so that we'll have more things to be grateful for. That's one of the concepts about life that I live by. Gratitude. We have to express our gratitude to people, to the people that are in our lives, and for the things that we have in our lives, so that we could be able to receive more of, more goodness in our lives. So, be grateful at all times. Um, Today, what I want to talk about, I really don't have anything specific, so I'm just going to speak. One thing I do have on my mind to speak on is thinking outside of the box. I've always been the type of person that thought outside of the box. I never stuck with the norm of what everybody else was doing. I never had a desire to do what other people would normally do. Most people have it in their minds to graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, and go into the career of their choice. That was never something that I desired to do. I am in college. Well, I'm on break right now from college. I'm going back in January to complete my degree for a business degree, but that was never like a main goal of that I had. That was never something that I felt like I needed in order to achieve the things that I want to achieve in life. I'm not saying that that's not the route to take. I'm just saying that, we should always think outside of the box. And I feel like when we take a different path and we allow ourselves to follow our heart will always lead us to our truest desires and our passions. So if your heart is leading you to go to college, then by all means you do that. But also don't be so conformed to the way other people are doing things that you feel as though you can't do it any other way. Because if we always follow our heart will always lead us to where we need to be. So don't be afraid to think outside of the box. And if you're a creative person and you have an idea, don't be afraid to voice your idea or to follow your dream, because we all have a purpose. We have a purpose in our lives, and we must fulfill our purpose in order to find happiness. In my opinion, our purpose is directly tied to um, enjoying life and just being happy in life. I also want to talk about, I recently read a book. It's called Ask and It Is Given. And the book it's an awesome book. It's right here. I just finished it. Ask and It Is Given. It's a glare on there, but I hope you can see it. The author are Esther and Jerry Hicks. I didn't I wasn't familiar with Esther and Jerry Hicks until, one day, one of my many visits to Barnes and Nobles. I went there, and I always go to the New Age section in the bookstore. I'm very intrigued. I find, New Age material to be very intriguing. In New Age, you have books over there such as The Secret, which I have read. It's an awesome book. If you're not familiar with The Secret, please get the book. And it deals in the law of attraction. And the book Asking and Is Given, it speaks about the law of attraction as well. I learned so much from reading the book, and it just really opened my eyes to so many things. I feel like knowledge is the key. We place so much emphasis on other things in our lives, like things that are less important to what we're trying to do, in life. And I know reading is not for everybody. There are other ways to seek knowledge other than reading. Reading, in my opinion, is the best way. But if you want better in your life, you have to do better, or you have to do something different, something to get a different result other than what you've been getting. You have to do something different, and sometimes something different might be mean learning something new. And I'm always learning. I wake up every morning with a thirst for knowledge because I want to be the best person I could possibly be in all areas. I want to be knowledgeable. I want to be more wise, so that because wisdom leads to making better decisions in life, and wisdom comes from having the knowledge. We have to pray for wisdom, but we seek wisdom. Wisdom doesn't just come and fall on our laps. We have to seek wisdom through knowledge. Knowledge is the door to wisdom, and we have to seek it, and we have to pray and ask God to give us wisdom, because a person can have knowledge and they may not reach wisdom if they're not seeking the wisdom and the knowledge that they're learning. So I advise everybody to seek knowledge and pray for wisdom. When you know better, you do better. It's the truth. And it's just very important that we increase our knowledge. If we want increase in our life, we need to increase our knowledge. Some things we don't need to know. Some people seek knowledge in the wrong way. I mean, we have to seek the right knowledge, something that's going to enhance our lives and not cause us to go in the wrong directions in life. I also want to talk about the importance. I speak about this a lot because it's so important. And I can take a look at my life and see the that because I have separated myself from certain people, and I have separated myself from going certain places, people, places, and things. I like talking about people, places, and things because I mean it sounds so like it's not relevant. It sounds irrelevant. Some may argue the fact that whatever is for me, and doesn't matter who I hang around. It doesn't matter what I do, and it doesn't matter where I go. But I would like to tell you that you are so wrong, so wrong. We can only get what we're going to get if I mean scratch that. I'm sorry. Certain things we can't get unless we get from around certain people. We stop going certain places, and we stop doing certain things. It's not in alignment. So we have to make sure our lives are in alignment with the direction that we are going in. So since I have separated myself and began to, seek knowledge and wisdom and having a relationship with God, so many doors have opened up in my life. And I know that had I not separated myself from certain people, had I not stopped going certain places, had I not stopped doing certain things, these opportunities would not come my way. Certain ideas would not come to mind. And I know this for a fact. I am a living witness. I am. We have to really take a look at the people that we are spending the most of our time with, the places that we frequent, and the things that we do. And another thing I would like to add to that, the things that we talk about. In another video, I talked about how the words your words can act as anchors and keep you down. We have to, those things, those four things: people, places, the people we hang around, the places we go, the things that we do, and the words that we speak. Take a close examination at the things, those four things in your life. And if you could just make certain adjustments in those areas, I promise that your life will change. You will see that doors will begin to open in your life. Things that you've been wanting will begin to come your way, because certain if you go to the same restaurant week after week, you go to the same restaurant, the menu is going to be the same. You can only get the same thing. If you Now, when you go to a different restaurant, you have more options. I mean, apply that to your life and say, if I'm going around these same people and not allowing myself to meet new people, I'm going to get the same thing. I'm going to these same places. A place can only offer you what it can offer you. If I'm doing these same things, if you're not getting the results you're wanting from the things that you're doing, then it's time to do something else. It's time to do something else. So a lot of people are afraid of change, but change is a great thing. Change is a great thing. You the way that God made the universe, the way that He made the world, He made things in order, for change. Things change. It's supposed to change. We're not supposed to fight against change. We're supposed to, go with the flow of change and embrace it, because when things change, then we can grow into who we are ultimately supposed to be. You know, there wouldn't be any butterflies if they remained in the cocoons. It has to change and metamorphosize into what it's supposed to be, a butterfly. We all have a butterfly within us, but we have to make that change. We can't keep looking in our past if we want to step into our future. Some people we have to cut ties with in order to get the peace that we pray for. Some people we just gotta let go. We gotta let go. Some things that we are doing, we just gotta let that go. If it's not causing us to progress in life, we have to let it go and just, move forward. And one thing I can say about myself, and I was not always this way. I felt like I was very lost at one point in my life, but now I am found. And one thing I can say about myself is that I am not afraid of change. I will move forward. I'm not afraid to leave people that mean me no good behind. I'm like, see ya, with a smile on my face, and not being angry at those people, but just knowing that I cannot get where God has destined me to go as long as you are a passenger. Some of our passengers, we got to drop them off in order to get to where we are destined to go. It's just that simple. I mean, God is a millions and millions and millions of people in this world. And the more we come to be who we truly are, the more we will draw the people who are more like us, who are going in the same direction in life that we're going in. We will draw new people to us. We'll meet new people. We'll meet new friends. We'll begin to go new places and do better things, more productive things. So, I mean, I'm not telling everybody to say goodbye to great people that they have in their lives. If you have a great person in your life, I mean, move forward with that person. But you'll know, everybody know well, apparently everybody don't know, but pray and ask God, take a look at relationships, take a look at the things that you're doing and see how it's promoting your growth and see how it's not promoting your growth. And that's how you'll know what it is you need to separate yourself from. I'm going to bring this video to an end today. I pray that everybody has a great week. I pray that your week is productive. I pray that you embrace change in your life. And when bad things come up, I pray that you can just stop and assess the situation. And sometimes, things happen, they're like blessings in disguise. So look at it as a blessing in disguise and ask God to show you what it is you need to do because of this thing happening in your life, when it happens. I know some things catch us off guard and some things may be hurtful, but in my life I've never experienced a pain that didn't birth a blessing. I mean, just look at it that way and know that, as long as you have a relationship with God and you believe in a higher power and pray, and ask Him, why has this thing happened to me? What will I benefit from this happening? It could be the only benefit that you will benefit is that you'll be a better person. I pray that everybody has a great week. I'll see you back here on Friday. Bye bye.